So we're now looking at the ankle joint itself now, the lower part down at the bottom. Again, articulations, there's quite a lot going on at the ankle. But basically it's a freely movable joint. Bearing in mind, remember, we've got fibrous, fused or immovable joint. We've got slightly movable or cartilaginous because it has a white fibrocartilage pad there, like we said, between the spine or pubis-symphysis. There's none of that at the ankle joint, therefore it's a freely movable. But there's a lot going on, so we're looking at what the classifications are that's there. So when we ask, you know, what can an ankle joint do, and people wiggle the feet around in a circle, that's an accumulation of joints. So the main joint we've got at the ankle is to create an upward and downward phase, what we call dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Plantar, I put my toes down. Dorsiflexion, I bring my toes up. Okay, so plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. And that all happens at a hinge joint. So we have a hinge joint, and that's between our tibia, our fibula, and our talus bone, which is one of our tarsal bones, and there's 7 tarsal bones within the foot, and that forms our hinge joint. Underneath that, we have what we call our subtalar joint, and our subtalar joint is where our talus bone meets our calcaneum or calcaneus, however you want to pronounce it. Also our navicular and cuneiform, and them bones there that are all glide and sliding joints. So our subtalar joint is where our talus bone meets the others, and they are a glide and sliding joint, and they help us to do inversion and eversion, where the foot bends inwards and bends outwards. So when we see how people rolling the foot around, that's just a combination of all of those joints working together. So we have gliding between the talus bones themselves, that's a gliding joint. Gliding between the tarsals and the metatarsals. So we have our tarsal bones here, and then our metatarsal bones are the bits below it. Then you come to your phalanges, where we have a condyloid joint, and a condyloid joint has limited motion. It allows us to go side to side, it allows us to go up and down a bit. So when we look at the arm, that's a condyloid joint as well. And then between the phalanges themselves, just like our fingers, our toes will do the same. We have a little hinge joint on them, because they'll bend up like that and they'll go back down. Okay, so they're our main articulations, and I've already kind of spoke about the main movements there as well.